Hey guys, how's it going? tmanplays here with another Warno video for you today. And today we're going to be playing a 4v4 on the lovely map of Twin Cities. The one city there, the other one here. So we're going to be playing as Zentrum. We have another Zentrum player, as well as a 35th and a 4th Machutzen. And we're versus the French 3rd Armored, another 3rd Armored, and the Berlin Command. So, right off the bat, um, we're going to be trying to control this open area, and we're going to do that with a lot of these uh, ATGM teams, as well as the FS Jaeger Metis. As you'll see, we have quite a lot of meta squads going to different positions, trying to hold down this road with the ATGM team, moving them to get good line of sight so we can just start firing ATGMs down that road. We also have a T64 BV coming up in the rear, as well as a Book to sit here in this little patch of trees, and a Book for the right side as well. Can already see a Thunderbolt coming in, so our Book in the back here, gonna get some nice shots on, instantly take that out, and our Meta's able to deal with the little recon Jeep there. Did order some Sharpshooting just to sit in the little tree lines here. Basically, keep eyes on all this open field in front of us. And our metas have now secured this tree line. On the right, you'll see our teammate has a very good position already. Teammate here also has a nice position in the town, although we don't really have anything contesting golf. And our teammate is also doing good in Foxtrot. So just trying to get rid of this scout unit with the Sharpshooting. Trying to get those Dragonov shots on target. And we're slowly pushing up with our Metis teams to figure out where the enemy is here. I have not ordered a CV yet. I'm wanting to really secure the zone before I put in a CV, as we are still at a +1, now a +2. So it's not necessarily needed just yet. I did move across the T64 here just to finish that scout unit off, make sure our sniper team here stays alive. And by pushing up our Jaeger Metis here, we're going to spot some scouts. So I know I need recon at the front, so did order some Grinzer. These are really cheap recon units at only 25 points, 4-man team. So you can just kind of spam these out, have really nice vision across the front. And I ordered another T64 BV. That's going to be sitting in this little tree line here. Push out any armor that tries to come across the open. And we're just slowly going to start moving up our ATGM teams and our other sniper team here to spot where the enemy is, because we're not seeing anything here. I already know my teammate is doing a decent job here. So I'm just going to start trying to push as far as possible. Maybe try and contest India if we're given the opportunity. But I just want to shore up our control of this zone a little bit more before I start trying to push there. Plane here coming in on the left. Looks like he's going for the Mi-24. The Coups there. Going to be able to keep that away and do get the kill. So finally bringing up a CV just to kind of sit in the back of the zone here. And we finally spot another one of the units of our opponent, able to easily destroy that with the Metis teams. And we're just kind of moving our units around. I'm going to start trying to also help my teammate on this side. As you'll see now, I'm moving across my recon as we can push deep into this area as well. So still pushing up all my infantry. Basically as far as I can until I see any type of enemy unit here. Just gonna continuously expand my point of reach. And we spot this recon unit here trying to escape. T-64 though in a good position to help finish that off. And now I'm going to start moving my metis units to further positions. And you'll see now I've also got a lot of infantry arriving. This is to basically get a foothold in these buildings here. And then I can use that to eventually push to India in the rear. I'm also getting up just a little bit more AA. Because I do know we're facing two third armor players with a lot of Apaches. So I want to make sure, in case he's been building up Apaches here, that we at least have adequate AA to deal with that. And you'll see we have the Strela 10M, a Book, and another Strela 10M. Same with an Igla squad here, and another Igla and a Book in the back, and another Igla in this tree line. So I'm basically just shoring up any type of shenanigans that may occur, as well as getting all my heavy armor up in here so that we can defend against any armor push. So infantry, gonna unload, move to these positions here. This will also give me great line of sight over the edge of this hill. And then I can tell if he's amassing any type of force here. But it appears that he is not, as our infantry now has sight. So also putting another Conquerors unit pretty far up here. You can see my sharpshoots and has great vision down this road, but not able to see anything. And we do finally spot a Jeep on the outskirts of the objective. So you can see with my two metis units, basically trying to cut off any reinforcements that the opponent is sending to Bravo here. But yeah, so far, just kind of a slow game. Just pushing up as far as we can with our armored units. Gonna scout ahead with the SPW-70s. Really just seeing and trying to figure out where our opponent's units are. We do spot quite a lot of M1A1 Abrams here, the HA version. Really top of the line 310 point tank. And that's going to be a big issue for me to deal with, as I only have the T-64 BV as my top of the line unit in Zentrum. So gonna rely on a cluster to deal with that. So gonna go ahead and order that, and I need to keep these spotted for my cluster. So moved up the metis just to engage as our cluster flies in. I'm basically using the rocket to bait any type of AA, so the AA will fire at the Su-25 rocket first, and our cluster will be able to make it through. And you'll see cluster gonna get off there and gonna be able to kill the command HA Abrams. Does unfortunately get shot down by the chaparrals on the right though, but the rocket Su-22 actually makes it out alive. In India, we have our SPW-70s actually finding the P4 PC here. So going to be able to get a lot of damage on that, actually destroy it. And now I know he doesn't have a CV here, so you'll see I'm instantly rushing across my SPW with tank support. I also have recon on the ridge here, so I can spot fairly deep, as I also have the SPW-70s, so I'm able to spot any units that come. And our SPW-70 just going to rush in there, capture it, and then get out. As you'll see now, I'm routing a bunch of infantry units to this area to basically try and cut them off. We can see, though, the amount of AMX-30Bs and 13s here with the autocannons just on the other side of the city. Want to stay away from that. So since we captured the zone, puts us at a nice +5, and now we're just gonna move back our command, and you can see the forces just kind of pivoting to this side. So need to hurry up and get the infantry to cover as quickly as possible. But this is getting us a lot of points, and we're going to need that in order to close out this game, as it could go on for another 49 minutes here. So ATGM teams and our T64BB going to be opening up on the HA, able to get at least 3 hits of damage. I decided I actually want to target the Bradley to take out his recon so that he can't just freely shoot these infantry units. So T64BB going to fire an ATGM at that. Actually does get the kill, and instantly he's not able to spot the Jaeger Metis anymore. Our T64BB here gets a nice shot on the M1A1. Able to make him smoke off and pull that back. And I'm bringing up 2 of these T64s now to deal with the HA because we're going to need numbers. And it appears I've caught the attention of the French armored player, because now all these autocannons are starting to approach my units from the left. Our Eagle is trying to deal with the Gazelle Hots and the Alouettes. And I'm moving my mod shoots in order to start taking out some of these tanks and transports. Unfortunately, we missed the first shot, and all the autocannon fire just going to be able to stun me down. Do get a kill on a unit there, but only have the T64 here to really deal with all this. Are able to kill off the M1A1 there, and just going to slowly move our T64 to try and take out as many of these transports as possible, but he is supported by the AMX 30Bs and the B2 here, so we do have to be extremely careful. So you at least get another transport there, but the B2 gonna be a big issue. Try and pull that back as we're now surrounded by 3 tanks. See, I'm just kind of microing it back and forth to try and get line of sight, get the first shot, and then pull it back. Kill off another tank there, but it does stun us, which allows him to get a shot before I can actually pull my tank back. And that leaves us in just a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to try and escape from that B2 now. Unfortunately, though, he does get the kill. On this side, didn't unload my ATGM team yet, so do lose that to the Cobra. I do have actually one T64BB and a T80B on the right here, in case he tried to push in from my right. And the recon here allowing me to see the M1s that are starting to approach. Did finally unload my other ATGM team here, and I'm just moving around some T80Bs in good positions for the inevitable push of all this armor from the 3rd. So he does appear to have some recon in this area, as he's able to spot my ATGM team here. And we see the HA approaching my T64s. Do take a really nasty hit there, so gonna smoke that off and pull him back. T80B from this side, gonna be firing ATGMs at the Abrams. And our Eagle is still doing a good job of just taking out Alouettes. As we're getting more ATGM teams to the front. And an AT plane coming for the HA here. Gonna get a rocket off, but he does smoke. And we see a chaparral there trying to get shots on target, but thankfully we're able to not get hit, so I keep it in, I don't evac it, and I'm going back for a second run. We can see all the armor on the hill here, so gonna try and get another one, but he smokes both tanks there. And our Su-22 is gonna make it out untouched, unfortunately here, I lose both the T-64 and the T-80B to artillery, so that was pretty nasty. So I'm going to go ahead and order another tank up to the front, as I basically have nothing defending this side now except for the lonely ATGM unit. And I'm going to start pulling back my CV, as I know he has a bunch of armor here. So T-80Bs were caught up here. Unfortunately, they came through the city, which I really didn't want, as I don't have anything to protect them as of now. But they are at least driving away the Superb Flame. And we move up a T-64 to scout what was on the hill as our recon went down, and it gets clapped by 3 M1A1s there. So trying to move the T-80Bs now to support. One gets kind of caught out here by all these AMX-30Bs. I do move up my other T-64, get a nice shot on the M1A1 there, and then we're just going to pull it back. But it does get hit again before it can escape. So going to need to repair that. And we finally have some more recon. It's getting to the front. Did order another AT plane just to come in, try and kill one of these M1A1s. So we'll just follow this one in. Looks like he does smoke again. Go for the other one, and he actually smokes them both. So not able to get anything there. And we are going to lose our AT plane. So really, he's starting to amass a bunch of armor here that I know is going to be a huge problem for me as this game gets into the later stages. We are still at a +5, but with the time limit being so long, we really need to end this game early if we want to have a chance at winning, because I know if he is allowed to keep amassing armor here, I won't be able to deal with it. T-80B here gets kind of caught out in the open. I was pushing to take out the Chaparral. Unfortunately, there was an HA hiding in the trees there. And because my tanks went down here, we didn't have the fire support to kill the recon infantry there. See, T-64B kind of caught out in the open. I really need to pull that back and repair. And our other recon unit here is going to go down before it can get into cover. So now we're lacking recon on our front line again, except for the Scharfschützen, which is just mainly being used to spot down this road, as that's the only area it can really see. Trying our luck with the AT plane again, as we really need something to go in our direction to kill some of this armor. Looks like he kind of ran out of smoke, at least for the one, and we're able to kill 2 Abrams with the AT plane there. So really nice kill. And then just look at the amount of missiles that we dodge, and we actually are able to escape. Dodged quite a lot of Chaparral missiles there. So T-80B taking pretty scary engagement versus an M1A1 there. Does get another nice hit though. Unfortunately, just not enough to take it out. Needs to get one more. Does miss. This is a really important engagement, but he's going to smoke off and be able to get out of there. Our ally brings in another AT plane, able to at least kill off another M1A1. And we're at least starting to chip away at some of the armor of our opponent. You can see pulling back the T-80B here just to repair it. And the HA getting extremely aggressive here, pushing up. But because I have ATGMs firing from both sides, you can see able to get a nice side shot in there from the ATGM team here. Gonna force them to smoke, pull back, and repair. So it's really good having multiple angles from ATGM teams. And we're just slowly pulling back all our armor from the front to get into more defensive positions. My mod shoots in here, still trying to hold the line. And the escaping HA actually going to get hit again. Unfortunately, not enough to kill it, though. And the Chaparral pushing up here, trying to get in range of my Mi-24. Our ATGM, though, able to see that nicely. And we do get the kill. So have some more T-55s showing up. Unfortunately, they keep spawning in from the town side when I order them here. So they do get caught out by these AMX 30Bs, and only one of them's really going to be able to make it out alive. Actually, both go down. Not sure what actually took this one out. Bit unfortunate there. You can see some friendly artillery going for the Chaparrals there. And I'm now ordering up some artillery of my own just to basically hit his AA in the back or any Abrams that we see. Let's see, peeking with our T-55. These Milan 2s, though, going to be a big issue as they actually have really good line of sight in this building, and they're able to kill off these Strela 10Ms. So, also, very unfortunate there, as I never really saw that as something that could happen. So, lose 2 AA units there unnecessarily, and our big 2000 supply truck there also gets sniped by the Milan 2 team. So moving across the helicopter to try and deal with the infantry. The Milans are going to end up escaping, though. And we're getting more Machutsen in order to push into that little area, because we don't want ATGMs just flying from our left. And our Machutsen is going to go down. But our VP here going to get at least a nice hit on the B2. And we're able to snipe another Chaparral there with our ATGM team. You can see more Abrams pushing up. Unfortunately, a Chaparral magically appears from the rear there and is able to destroy our VP before I can pull it back. We're out of ammo now for this ATGM team, so I'm gonna have to rely solely on the T-64, which has already got a nice hit. We do have another ATGM team here in the rear, which is gonna give us a nice side shot on that M1A1. And I'm pushing back up T-80Bs just to get some Cobra missiles on target there, as one of them is going to hit quite nicely. And our T-64 is able to open up. Rocket plane trying to go for the Kiowa there. I did fire the rockets at the HA as well, just to try and stun it so that I could push up my T-80B. And the ATGM finishing him off as I saw him use the smoke there, so we were able to catch him out as he was retreating across the open. So another really nice kill there. On the right side, still contested quite nicely by our ally. My zone, obviously, in full control by me at the moment. Our ally here has managed to capture this zone completely, and we're still contesting the far left. So our team doing quite a good job at the moment. So I ordered 2 squads of infantry now, recon infantry that is, to get to this tree line, just because I really need some vision here. I also have a sniper team in reserve that can spot anything moving across the open. I have 1 squad of recon infantry here. It's going to unload and spot all his units on my left side, which is a big issue, as I don't have too much defending my rear line. Or at least able to kill off some of his recon here. It's just hiding. T-64 taking some big shots from the M1A1. But because because the turret's stuck, able to get at least another shot there before we smoke, and I decide to repair. And our mod shoots in here, pushing across the open in front of the B and the B2 here with all the French infantry. Not going to be a good idea. So we're going to have some issues here in the future. One of our recon squads did make it to the tree line, so we're able to spot all these M1A1s in the open. That allows our ATGMs to start flying, and it's going to force him to retreat. See, I have a cluster and an AT plane coming in. AT plane for the M1A1 here. At least able to catch that one out, and the cluster going to be able to finish off the other M1A1. And our T80B there actually kills off another M1A1. So really nice kills there. And now we're going to send in the munitions truck to repair that. Also going to pull back the SPW-70s because I want to keep these alive just in case I need to use them later. Don't want to just throw away really nice scouting transports. We do have quite a big issue here, though, because our ally attacked this area, and all his units basically either left or got killed in the town. So now we just have a giant hole in a +2 zone in the rear. You can see I still haven't unloaded my artillery yet, as I've just been concentrating on tank engagements. I will start to use that a little bit later in the game, though. Really should have unloaded that earlier. But we are at least pushing the Abrams far away. And being at a +5, we really are starting to get close to being able to end this game, even though there's still 32 minutes left. If they do capture the zone here, though, it obviously would get us at only a +1. So we really need to secure this area as quickly as possible. Abrams peeking back over. It's going to allow our ATGMs to start flying, and he actually manages to get a CV tank in my zone here, which knocks us down to a +3. And the artillery here just going to wipe out pretty much everything I had in that little tree area. T-64 engaging the M1A1. At least going to force him to smoke off. And I have a cluster plane now coming in for the CV tank here. Really want to take this out, continue the +5 tick. You can see, tried to go in, got hit by a chaparral before we could drop, though. And even though he's exiting the zone, he is exiting alive. So Metis moving up, at least able to destroy some of his recon that he managed to sneak up here. And I'm getting some recon for this building so I can spot anything he brings into my zone. So you can see now I'm starting to get attacked from the left. And the only thing I really have is this HEGM team and the T80B that's kind of hiding in the trees. So T80B going to be getting nice and close shots here. Fortunately, though, going to get caught out by the other B2. Not able to fire fast enough to take those out. And I did have a bunch of FS Jaeger Metis going to help out my teammate here, but I realize there's a big issue with the push coming from my left, and I really need the Metis teams to get to this area. So just marching across these units, across the field. Book here, in a little bit of trouble, is kind of hiding in a good area, though. But as I see, he's fastly approaching. Gonna have to retreat that pretty soon, as our T-64 trying to get a desperate side shot on the M1A1 there. SPG-9, my only hope to really deal with this. Doesn't get the kill, though. And the AMX 30B getting extremely close, so gonna pull that Book back at the last second there. Do have an attack chopper, and you'll see finally unloaded my artillery, which we're instantly targeting on the CV tank there and the scouts. Move my supply to support my T-64 here. Big aircraft engagements going on, trying to take out the Eagles. The Mirage 3 does miss a bunch on my VP. And that at least allows us to continue holding on to this objective for a little bit longer, as now the enemy team is at a +3. Book there, trying to get the kill on the Mirage. Gets one last missile off, and unfortunately only gets one hit, I believe. I actually think it actually missed all 4 missiles. Cluster there, going for the roll-in 3. Want to lower the AA in this area so we can continue to use aircraft. I did get 2 CV T-64s, as I didn't have any more regular T-64s, and I really need the heavy 16 armor on these. So just having to pay 25 points more to get the CV variant. And you'll see, still have this area empty. I did put in a defense beacon here, as at any moment they could capture this zone, and it would not be good for us. So I am sitting in just a little bit of T-55s here to help defend, as they haven't taken advantage of it yet. But I have a big problem here in front of me with 5 M1A1 Abrams, and we only have a few tanks of our own. Do have an attack helicopter though, but as these chaparrals get closer, it's going to be a huge issue. So get a nice shot on one of the M1 Abrams there with the T-80. Our T-64 instantly goes down to the other 4. And our VP going to try and get some ATGMs off, but the chaparrals finally get close enough to finish that off. So going to start pulling back our Book, as we're in some big trouble in this area. Moving up the ATGM here, just to try and get side shots on these units. Maybe take out the AA, as our Metis team here trying to hold off a Command Abrams, as we're the only thing holding off from the CV going down here. Thankfully, the opponent does start to pull back as the Metis team started firing from the side. That at least buys us some more time, but we did lose an Su-22 cluster there, kind of carelessly. He did take out the Kiowa, as that's what was spotting my ATGM team here. Thankfully, the Strela 10M does finally hit. That allows our ATGM unit to keep firing without getting fired upon itself. And we're going to go ahead and start moving some supply to that. Do take out the Jaguar ATGM there. And we're starting to kill some of these Abrams. So he attacked me with 5. Only has 3 left that he's retreating with, as he's getting a bunch of supply to heal those up. And I'm still getting shots on. In the back zone here, my T-55s just creating a little defensive wall to kind of scout what he might push us with. And I have the T-64 here that I can just push up to here in case he parks some AA or something in the back. Or there's a heavy tank, I can just basically snipe him. Ordering up an Mi-26 now, because I need to start dispersing supplies to different areas. And I just want to have a big cost-efficient supply. Since I do have a lot of these trucks, I can refill them and then start to route supply to wherever I need it. One of my T-55s does go down there. Not sure quite to what. Possibly some infantry in these buildings. And you'll see our artillery trying to open up on the UH supply there. Do spot a Bradley that just got into the back of our zone. Our ATGM team here going to be firing down the road at the M1A1. And we see some anti-char starting to make their way towards my T-64, so don't want to fool with that. We're just going to pull him back, as he might possibly be able to see that. Sniper unit unfortunately captures a supply vehicle there, which gives him away, and that's going to cause our recon in the rear to go down. Do get a really nice hit there on the M1A1, able to take that out with one shot from the Agona missile. And now I'm just scouting ahead with the SPW-70s to try and catch out the CV, as well as targeting it with the napalm artillery. So ATGM's doing a really nice job of keeping these M1A1s away. It's basically making them scared to approach, and you'll see we instantly take out another one there, I believe from another Agona missile, which has a really nice penetration of 21. Also really nice accuracy. Metis there, able to take out the Bradley, and more Metis firing at the M1A1, able to get some nice hits. And you'll see ATGMs just flying everywhere, but that's going to give us enough points for the victory. Nearly had 10,000 kills. Quite a hefty amount of losses, though, mainly due to the fact that Zentrum isn't built to counter heavy armor there. But we do enough for the win. Quickly go over the kills and losses. As you see, our Books able to basically clear the skies. Nice Thunderbolt kill there. Mirage Napalm, Mirage Cluster, another Napalm, Jaguar Seed, another Mirage, ATGM Jaguar, and an Eagle. And you'll see T-64BB was able to take out 2 Abrams. The other Book taking out 3 aircraft. Cluster able to kill the CV M1A1HA pretty early on, as well as another HA. Very big kills for our cluster plane. T-64BB here, killing off all those French transports, including the M1A1. Our AT planes performing very well, getting multiple Abrams, as well as this AT killing the HA and a Kiowa. And T-80BBs doing okay as well, just doing enough to hold the line. As you see, our CV T-64 there also killed 2 Abrams. So, good game to everyone involved. Hope you all enjoyed that video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.